As the realness would say, the red light is on. It's time. Welcome to season 2 of Championship Culture. I'm Brandon the Gaga, and as you can see, I'm joined by none other than the super producer. H to the A to the S to the T to the H to the E to the 3 to the R to the D, Ash the third. Sounds like I got a little bit of feedback because he might be a little bit excited for tonight. But welcome to season 2 of the Wrestling Wrong Presents Championship Culture. Now, once you finish this episode, I want to remind you of something. Did you know that you can watch all of the Wrestling Room content anytime just by going over to youtube.com/the Wrestling Room? This will include all of our season 1 and all of season 2 thus far, because you can catch up on all the episodes by just going to simply youtube.com/the Wrestling Room and look under the playlist for Championship Culture. Now, don't forget, you can follow us on all social media platforms, which include Instagram, Threads, X, and Facebook, just by using @WrestlingRoom. Championship Culture on Instagram. All you got to do is look for Championship Culture _. And trust me, you follow us, we will follow you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, engage in the conversations where we talk about all things wrestling. Now, you can download all of our audio content on Spotify. And you can watch our Twitch channel just by going to @the Wrestling Room. Now, I know the summer has been hot, but we got a hot deal for you today. Let the guys over here at the Wrestling Room save you some money. So if you want to go to any kind of concert, live event, sporting events, because, Monday Night Raw is coming to Baltimore soon, let the guys at the Wrestling Room save you some money. Whenever you buy any ticket on SeatGeek that's over $50 or more, use the promo code The Wrestling Room, and we're going to save you $20 on those tickets. Once again, go over to SeatGeek.com, use the promo code Wrestling Room at checkout, and we're going to save you $20 on anything, any of your ticket purchases of $50 or more. Now, with that being said, brother here, got a little feedback going on. Is that you or me? I can't tell.
Is that me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I think it's you. Got some feedback.
I'll be right back. Back.
All right. So while brother Hugh is fixing that feedback, ladies and gentlemen, today is a good day. Now, if you ever collect belts or if you're ever in a belt group or anything, you'll notice that some days we'll have like a flash sale on Wednesday. You might see a sale post on Friday, but one thread against all the belt groups you'll see is NBD, which stands for New Belt Day. A lot of the collectors do things where they celebrate. It's still there. They celebrate when they get a new belt. They want to show it off. They unbox it. They show people what it is, give the maker their credit, or sometimes point out some of the flaws of the maker. But today, for Championship Culture, we wanted to unbox some belts today. Now, that's crazy because with these microphones, they pick up everything. So you won't hear a lot of the boom, crackling pop of me opening a lot of stuff. But I do want to show you what I'm adding to the collection. Now, you've probably heard me say 140 belts or more in the collection. Some have found new homes. But guess what? This in this box that you saw at the beginning, they're about to get a home here. So I'm trying to wait on here to fix some audio issues because he wants to be part of this unboxing because he doesn't even know what's in the box, but I can guarantee you it's definitely related to the shirt I'm wearing, but that's all I'm going to say. And if you're an Eagle Eye viewer, you might be able to notice that I'm wearing a yellow Championship Culture shirt, but I'm going to tell you this. And let me say this. The first belt that I know is on the top of this because I already peeked in. You there, you?
Yep.
Oh, it sounds like he's good. So, ladies and gentlemen, he's back. But, before we get to the unboxing, I got to give tribute to one thing, right? And I made mention of my shirt color is very important for today, right? We cannot go any further without giving, Hugh a shout out for saying the white boots. The white boots has led to.
Oh my God.
Yes, sir.
How long do we go before we get copy structure? All right, that's enough. Okay. Got to give a shout out to.
You gotta let it get into the. Come on, bro.
I didn't want us to get
That's
playing.
fine. That's
Yeah,
fine. It's all good. It's all good.
I would sing the rest of it, but that's it. She's got it. There you go. Come on, man. But let's get to these
Oh
belts
my gosh.
because I know you're excited to see what they are, and I know you're curious because I've kept it from you, but you knew the box was here.
Yeah.
You often get on me about this, but I'm gonna give this is story time with Brandon, right? Because I'm gonna say some history about what this is in this box, but it was in 2002.
Mhm.
This wrestling company was started, and if anybody know that TNA was near and dear to my heart because it was an alternative to WWE. But in 2002, when TNA first started, they were granted control over the NWA World Title and NWA Tag Team titles, and that was what some of their first belts were. The NWA World Tag Team titles and the NWA World Heavyweight Championship was recognized as a TNA belt. So if you hear me move some stuff around, I'm trying to get to the belt because, as you can tell, you all right? It's too much noise. I know Brian.
No.
Hollywood
Yeah,
is probably gonna hate this. He's gonna hate this because I tried to pre-cut some stuff, but I still gotta do it because whenever you get a belt, and I'm gonna give you some facts about it. Whenever you get a belt, there's usually there's usually Liz, I'm trying to. Sorry, mate. Hold on. Let me mute my mic.
That sounds like the beginning of the Wanted Man song, man. Play it again. I know, play.
So I'm just gonna rip it because there's usually so much of this type of stuff in there. It's usually taped on. This is what I was ripping. So, the belt usually comes packaged, and this maker, Muhammad Zabir, has done a really good job with packing. As you can see, it's hard for me to get. I probably should have did a better job cutting it. Give me 1 second.
Great job.
Almost.
Bubble wrap.
And this.
Make sure you say that for me.
Say
Say the bubble wrap for me.
And then hold on. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to give you this tidbit about this belt. It's ironic that how long has it been now? 6 months probably
It's been about 6.
since this belt has debuted, and I think they did a really good job on this. And of course, it's TNA, as you can see. I'm trying to get it out of the strap, but as you can see, the first belt in this collection is oh, this thing is gorgeous. I'm sorry. Hold on, let me take a look. So this is the TNA World Tag Team Championship. And like I alluded to, NWA was the first set of belts that TNA was able to use. Being X Division was their own creation. It was the NWA TNA belt. But this belt has had many different names. It's crazy because when they introduced this one, oh, I'm sorry, I should be showing y'all.
I know, right?
I'm
You
sitting
looking
here.
at it?
I am.
We want to see too.
All right, you take it away. You want to talk a little bit?
I mean, you live with it. You live with it.
So, first off, this leather is very, very soft, very floppy, as you can see. So, yeah, it's definitely a good quality of leather. Muhammad Zabir, and we'll tag him in this. So, the maker of this, if you just look, the details. Oh my God! Like Nick Nemeth's song says.
Hey, my guys.
The logo stands out. I don't know if you can see the banner at the top, the World Tag Team Championship.
Look how the light.
He did a really good job on this, even with the property plate for Anthem being the company that owns them. Now, I'm not too sure about the belt tip because there really hasn't been many pictures of if it's a detailed belt tip, but I think that every belt should have a tip. It does serve a purpose, and it can scratch your belt up. Yeah, a full belt tip, especially when you do the shoulder test.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of hangs, and that way you ain't got to worry about it falling off. It gives you the extra weight. So it's ironic that this is on a red strap because remember the first women's belts the first women's tag belts were on a red strap. And then when they later were kind of like the one over your shoulder. But then
Yeah, it's back there.
I sweat.
Hold on, which
It's
one?
probably
This
this.
way. Back there.
Yeah, that one. That first TNA knockout belts was on there. So I see we got some people in the comments. So let's take a guess. Who's this in the comments? You think that's the founder, or
You
think it's
already know
Chano?
this. You already
You
know
think
it's
it's the
the founder. It's definitely the
Okay.
founder.
It's not my favorite. My favorite would have announced itself more than just. But no, that might be Chano. Look, he said.
Yeah, then again,
and
he
then what
did sit
Chano
there.
said.
So that
Yeah,
might
that's
be
Chano.
Chano. That's definitely
Okay.
Chano.
And then we got the NWA legend himself, Mr. Dennis King. Drop your thoughts on this belt that I didn't show y'all because I'm too busy looking at it myself.
Right. Well,
the
you mentioned
back
the old school. You mentioned the women's title. This is the old school women's. This is the one that's over my shoulder.
Yes. So that was the one that was on a red strap at first. They kept that 3-plate design for a long time with the women's belts. And of course, it got the red jewels. But if you notice, the banner where it says Knockout Tag Team and Wrestling Champion, they kind of kept that theme on all of their belts. So that was kind of cool that they kept some of these things. And then the TNA in the middle going back to this logo and some yellow in it.
Yeah.
I think the yellow works great on a silver belt. And I think the yellow makes it stand out even more. I was kind of sad how they did the total nonstop action. But if you look on that one, they just wrote it on there above the TNA. It's just in regular letters. On this, it's like some kind of block cartoonish letters. But I love it when they keep some of the similarities from the past and kind of make a tribute for it. But this was the other women's belt, the one that right before the Impact Knockout Tag Team Champions, where you can see a lot of the similarities from that. And it looks like they tried to keep the shape for the women's belt too, for this as well. It was like a good upgrade. And
I was about to say
men's
I like the shape of it, of the
This is-
the old school one.
Yeah, this is definitely. I feel like they did more nods to the women's tag team because the men's tag team is a homage to like that Hogan '86, and then and not the ROH television title, but this belt, this thing is gorgeous. I can't say enough about this.
How's the weight?
Oh, it's 4 millimeters, probably weigh about 6 to 8 pounds. It's actually a good size, but I love the fact, look how floppy that leather is. This is actually really good. The etching is very deep. If you look on this side plate, I'm just noticing little things about it. Look at the globe, how you can see the details in the globe. You can see all the floor pattern around it. You can see the stars, even as small as on this side where the TNA is. I don't know if you can see it. There's actually detail in the yellow and the red in that part.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of details here. The only thing I probably would have did, and you know I'm crazy, I would have probably put stones around this if it was a belt, but I understand.
What color?
Clear or red. But I understand why you don't want to put stones on ring belts. But this thing it's definitely worth it in the silver snap box. Everything about it is just silver. So
It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
it definitely is. I'm gonna give it I want to say a 10 out of 10, but I haven't had a chance to really look over.
Look at that, messing it up already.
You stop it. On first look, I'm definitely going to give it a high 9 out of 10. It's one of those spots where the paint might have ran over, but overall, once I give it a little wipe off and everything, and I keep looking like y'all aren't there looking, this is a gorgeous belt. Definitely, I'm seeing some similarities in the design, as in certain things from this belt to this belt. This is more like they took inspiration from this to make this versus the men's belt that's over my shoulder. I don't see a lot of inspiration from this belt.
Oh.
Sorry. Yeah, I don't see maybe the side plates, but I don't see a lot of the things being taken from this version. Like this is definitely an upgrade and its own unique TNA design. And Z-Bros that did these belts did an awesome job in coming up with the design. So the silver and the red works. But I'm more excited about the next belt. And I don't know. Do you have anything else to say about this, or you want me to show it again?
I was gonna ask. Are you? You said you like it overall, but overall, like, how does it look in person as far as the actual etching and design of it compared to what you've seen in the pictures when it was first released? Does
So
it
when they were,
like is it an upgrade? Or are you satisfied, or are you kind of let down from it from
I'm
what you've seen in
actually
pictures?
I'm actually really excited
Yeah,
because in the pictures, I don't think pictures ever do a belt justice. Like look
right.
at the world heavyweight title. When we first saw the pictures, until we started seeing close up, till we saw one in person, it was like a whole different experience. And forgive me, I'm sweating probably because I've been moving around. So just seeing the details and Muhammad Zabir, when I tell you he did the details, every little aspect, like even to the banner. Let me show you. Like I'm seeing right here. Hopefully I
Hmm.
can get it right in this
Yeah,
little part. The details of the ribbon, the total nonstop action, every little thing. There's not a wasted space on this belt. That's what I'm loving about this. It's not everything is done with a purpose. Even how World Tag Team is on the banner, everything just has a purpose. It seems like there's no wasted space, even on the side plates where you think, oh, it's nothing there. If you look at this top corner, see how the little lines are.
yeah.
Everything, it's nothing that's just a filler. You
It's
know,
not too.
sometimes.
It's just enough. It's not too much going
Hmm.
on. You know how
Yeah,
some belts have too much design and just too much etching going on with it.
like it's too busy. Like
Yeah.
the MLW belt can be seen as too busy to some people, and I understand why. Because the
Hmm.
MLW belt is like they took a big gold and just said that the I want to say kind of like the patterns from the WCW belts, kind of like how I did the Wayne's belt and I just mashed everything together.
Do you have that
MLW
belt?
said the MLW,
Yeah.
yeah, it's across the way. I'm
Okay.
looking at
Don't
it.
worry about it. Don't worry about it.
It's a little hot in here because you know I got to fight to open the next one.
I
So,
feel you.
oh wait a minute, we forgot to see who it was. Who was it?
It's Marcus.
It's Marcus. Just say the founder. The founder said the belt is beautiful, so he gets his approval. I'll wait for him to throw some tidbit in it. And Booking Like a Mark says, gorgeous belt. I appreciate y'all chiming in because this is going to be a different episode. More interaction about this belt than anything else. And the next one is kind of near and dear to me because I said at the beginning, and here you know this, many people might not know it. At one point when I was in a wrestling coma, TNA brought me out of that coma.
Hmm.
And TNA brought me out of it because WWE, I was kind of tired of the rinse and repeat. I got tired of the whole
Understood.
everything all over again, the same thing. But this next belt brought my love for TNA to the forefront. It made me tune in every week. You know, back when they had the Wednesday night pay-per-views for like $9. Interaction, you say? There's the realness.
Oh boy.
Realness. I don't know if you got to see the belt. The first one we showed off. If you didn't see it, I'll show it again. But I'm talking about the X Division belt. So
My fault. You're speaking about the X Division. I keep looking to the side because I have AJ Styles versus Christopher Daniels and Samoa Joe. I had that match on right now. This is before the heavyweight title, 2009 Turning Point. Hey, awesome, man. That's it.
that was for
That's
the
all
X
I can say.
Division. That was for the X Division.
It was
wasn't
X.
it? Yeah, that's
No,
for the X Division.
let me double check. I'm trying to see the belt.
Because I think that's when they main evented as the X Division. He said, "Of course I saw it." Dwayne said, "Of course he saw it." But that's when they had the main event. It was Samoa Joe, Christopher Daniels, AJ Styles.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say this about this belt. The X Division has always been described as somebody that was like a belt that was ready. The division reinvented everybody. It was always fast-paced, high risk. You know, things that were associated with cruiserweights. But now it was almost like the indie darlings, quote unquote, or the guys that's getting the platform to showcase their talents had a chance to do it. And I remember saying it's not about the weight limit, it's about no limit. Because anybody could be in the X Division, anybody could compete. And look, we have a Samoa Joe. Where did that come from? I didn't say his name. I think we all been in a TNA kick lately. And I would charge anybody, go back to 2002 when the X Division was first, like, it was the NWA X Division, NWA TNA X Division Championship. And all you got to do is insert Chris Sabin, Alex Shelley, AJ Styles, Christopher Daniels, Samoa Joe, Kazarian, any of these people, PD Williams, put any of them in your search bar, you will not be disappointed. Those matches hold up. There was still, it wasn't as much story as we're used to now, but it was enough to get us going. And I'm telling you, when they used to talk about no limit, and it was always like it's not about weight limits, it's about no limits. And I was like, why did you always say that? Because, you know, over across the street, WWE, the Intercontinental title was sometimes looked at as the next up. It wasn't always that way for the X division. It was who am I showcasing and who's in there, because Xbox even held it, Jerry Lynn. And I'm not saying they wouldn't be world contenders, but they were always the next up for that.
Right.
Look who's there. There's my uncle, as Hugh likes to call him.
Uncle
Ben.
Ben.
Or Grandpa, as he like to be, Angry Grandpa. But look who's there. Ben, I just showed this one, and I'm about to get into the other one from Muhammad Zubir, who Ben actually recommended this guy. Did an awesome job, so thank you for that, Ben. You know, one of the I was going to say moderator. That's not the moderator. One of the creators of Championship Belt Brothers, and please check him out. He does a lot of different things on YouTube. Championship Belt Brothers, Championship Figure Brothers. Please, if you're not following them, go over and click. You will learn so much about belts and figures.
Yeah, they're very informative. Very informative.
Yeah, I was just showing off. I'm just catching Ben up because Ben will go live. That's why I got this inspiration from to do this, because Ben will go live and share what belts he has in his collection. And we decided we're going to do that today. So I'm going to pull off the next one. So bear with me as you hear this.
Make all
Ben,
the
I
noise.
don't know how you do this on camera. And usually Ben got his killer knife in his hand and jamming up some paper. I tried to cut it. I tried to pre-cut it. That didn't work out too well because as you can see, I'm still fighting. So Ben makes this look easy when you see him, and he always going live and be this close to the screen. So I take a lot of cues from Ben. I appreciate that. It's a good brother. Huh? Almost. Sorry, I should have muted my mic, shouldn't I?
No, you good. You good. Let it rock. Let it rock. You good. You good.
Okay.
In the meantime, play that Dolph Ziggler. Nah, that match was for the World Heavyweight Championship. It wasn't X Division.
Okay.
Yeah, it was
So-
the World Heavyweight Championship.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This is, I don't know how Ben. So after you get all the bubble wrap off, it's usually wrapped in plastic, which is a good seal of a maker that they want to make sure you protecting your investment. You don't want to spend a whole bunch of money on something and then it gets scratched by the maker not packaging it well. It's one thing if DHL opens your package and scratch it. I've seen that happen. I've known that happen. It's happened to me where I'm like, where did this scratch come from? Then I look at the box. It's because it's been audited. But this, okay, so this is actually a 10 out of 10. This is the holy moly of, oh my gosh. Wow. Here, wow. If anybody knows, I love, wow. This thing is, Ben, how do you do this and not do what I'm just doing now? Ladies and gentlemen, let me just, oh, it's so soft. Let me just show you. I'm just fold it this way. I'm gonna just give it, like, look at this belt. Look at this. This thing is awesome. I think I just did that when I don't know what that is, but look at this belt. This is the new TNA X Division Championship. So if anybody knows,
there's the mustache.
I have every version of this belt because I truly love the X Division. But man, look at this center. It looks better.
That's beautiful.
Now, we just saw Speedball win this, so sorry if you didn't see it, but Speedball and Mustafa Ali had a really good match. I think that it was fitting that Chris Sabin was the last Impact X Division champion. He became the first X Division champion, TNA X Division champion again. Because when you think about the X Division, he has been a staple of that division. I think he's the only person to hold just about every version of the belt. And I'm going to just keep doing this while I'm talking because this daggone thing is gorgeous. I don't know if the light's doing it injustice.
Yeah, it is. It is. It is. It looks good. It looks TV ready.
Look at the X in the background. Look how clean that sucker looks. You can see there's X's, and he did a good job in the exit. I mean, I can't even talk. This is so nice. On the etching of it, look at the base. You can see the X's all the way through.
Yep.
Now, I don't know what that design is in the middle under champion, but we're going to leave that for your imagination. Somebody with a perverted mind will probably think something, but there's X's everywhere in the background of this belt. This thing, the finish is gorgeous. Now, of course, I'll wipe it down because all the belts deserve to be at least wiped down. Some ammonia-free Windex and a sorry cough. But this thing is awesome. This looks even even a plate. Look, it has the Anthem logo. Look at the details on it. I'm trying to get it as close as possible so everybody can see it. And
Yeah,
trust
it's
me,
nice.
I will upload some pictures throughout the week of this once you put some razzle dazzle on it. Because this, I don't think I'm doing it justice. Everything about this looks like a tribute to the past with a modern feel. When
Mhm.
I'm looking at this now, like the pictures of it, I was like, oh, it's just a great looking belt. But I see so many similarities of the old belt. Like, I know it's a red X, but now that I'm looking at it, it's actually a X. Like, do you see? Look beyond the red. This is actually an X.
Oh, it's another X. Yeah, I see it. I see
Yes,
it.
actually, like I didn't pay attention to that from the picture, and that's reminiscent of the very first one, how the X was in the center, and even when they became TNA and had X in the center. So I feel like they did that, and
I know that's
every
nearby. The first one, right?
yeah, it's
To the side, right? Yeah, yeah. Okay.
yeah signed by
Saban.
Chris Sabin. Yeah, Chris Sabin. I don't know why he signed right on the front, but reasons, I guess. And this is actually one of the NWA versions, Premier belts, when they were actually selling the replicas.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you can see it. They got the label on the back. Sorry, this is a audio nightmare here, guys. All right, I'm so sorry, but wanted to definitely show you this belt because this thing, if you need a good, Muhammad Zabir did a really good job on this. Wow, I definitely would recommend them. There's X's throughout the whole thing. The TNA on the side is even very clean. I don't know if you can see that. The TNA on the side is extremely clean. You can see all the X's in the background of this one. Like everything about this belt from
It's a lot of detail. A lot of detail.
yeah. And like I said, I wasn't for sure on the tips, but I know they had tips. But this is a full silver tip, which makes it perfect for when you put it over your shoulder.
Tip work.
This is tip work. This is it's rather large, I think, for an X Division belt, but I'm hoping that this is the correct size. I didn't know much about it. I was like, hey, gotta have the X Division belt because I have every version of it, even the crappy Intercontinental X version that they did, the blue and the green one, which was probably my least favorite ones. But I can see a lot of trying to pay homage when you look at them to this version. Like you can see a lot of the detail things, like they try to keep that you can still tell that this is a spiritual successor to it. So this thing it's just gorgeous. Like there's no other way to say this. This is definitely a 10 out of 10.
Now, with you being a belt collector and designer, do you see anything like? Do you see the opportunities for like modifications, or would you do something different with that, with those designs?
So when you look at the center plate, do you see how it's the black is kind of like emphasis on the silver, right? Mm-hmm. So like even though the silver is there, it looks good. You can see yourself a good finish. If it's really good. The side plates I feel like needs a little bit of black to accent it, but that's just me looking at the overall design. I'm not complaining about it at all, but just some black outline maybe in this little portion that's beyond the globe. I don't know if you can see that. Just to emphasize, I'm trying to figure out what that is on the side. I don't know. I have no idea what that is. It's some kind of design. And it's on both sides too. I'm gonna have to do some research. I have no idea what that is. Because if you look at it this way, it looks like a whole different design. See besides the globe?
Yeah.
I don't know what that is. I'm actually stumped. So if anybody in the comments knows exactly what that's supposed to be, because it looks different from the side, either way you look at it. But that's the only thing I would do because we have black in the center. I understand the logo being yellow and red, and sometimes the logo on certain belts could add or take away from it. Like, and I'm just going to be picky. Like, they had to make this belt when they did it so much red and black because the logo was red, just like when they had blue. Everything was blue. But if they tried to make, let's say, a dual plated belt, it might not work because of that red. I hope that makes sense. Like, when you look at the ROH belts that were dual plated, the colors were, the globe was blue. The flags were the colors of it. But if the logo, if ROH was just slapped on a dual plated, on gold and silver, it probably would have looked a little weird to me. But this, I would just say, add a little bit more paint to it. But
Okay.
this belt overall it's gorgeous. I think it's serving its purpose. I got to find a home for it, figure out where it's going to be because I feel like it needs to be behind me because people need to see this. It's
Like right behind you.
yeah, probably like right, but I don't want to get rid of that one. But I'll tell you this: when we unboxed the U.S. title, and
Yeah.
you remember how my reaction was,
Uh-huh.
this has the same feel. This definitely had the same feel because when I unboxed that U.S. belt for the Christmas episode, I was blown away. I didn't realize
Yeah.
that belt was that nicely put together. The
Yeah.
stones, everything about it was just shining. This is just, and I'll keep it on screen because we've been talking a while, and I want to get to the comments. Of course, the realness. I'll be interested to see what his notes are for this unboxing episode because he's just chatting TNA, TNA, TNA. You have to definitely hook me up because my 10 pounds of gold. Oh no, we need to talk. Oh no, what happened to you? Oh no, that's not good. Don't tell me.
Oh my
no,
gosh.
oh no. Oh, look who's here. Your guy. Oh, what is he going to do a nightcap on us? No, he's got to do NXT tonight. He's going to do NXT tonight. What's going on, Mike?
Man, it's always run his mouth.
Make it stop. See, the founder would be okay, and then he says something like this.
Oh yeah.
I would
yeah.
expect something like that from your favorite. Well, no, this is your favorite. I would expect something to Dwayne's not favorite, but maybe favorite Martin, but not from him. So,
I don't know about that one, brother.
yeah, X Division. We don't want that. Stop it. That's like saying keep somebody away from. Let me shut up. Here, I think this is good. Look how the lights hitting it. Oh my gosh,
It's
look at
beautiful,
this.
man.
It is.
The
This
size
would be
of the
some-
main plate is a decent size too. Like, hey.
Mm-hmm. And it's crazy because when you think about the X Division, this is why I'm so attached to it. It's
Mhm.
made the careers for people that aren't always going to be world champion.
Mhm.
If you take AJ Styles' time out of being X Division champion, we might not have the AJ Styles that we are, his legendary career that we have today. If you take away that, oh, look what he's done in X Division, even when he was world champion, went back to it. If you take a Christopher Daniels, when he finally got the ROH world title, it meant so much because we knew the work that he did. And it's crazy because Chris Sabin, he finally became world champion, then he went back. He kept going back to the X Division. It hit a little different than when people go back to the Intercontinental or when you have the Intercontinental belt. Some people have it for a day, some people have it for 666 days, depending on who you are, which you might have it for. But it seemed like the X Division was always a showcase and it made your career. Not necessarily, oh, I'm the next guy up, I'm the next main eventer. It always felt like this, if you want a good match, watch the X Division. Heck, they came up with Ultimate X based upon this division. So I've always been
You're very fond of the X Division,
Yeah.
huh?
I've always been attached.
So it would be safe to say that that title might be the most prestigious title in the in TNA, right?
it's probably the most prestigious and most sought
But
after. And
let's save that for another day, And,
I mean, I hopefully Realness heard that because that might be up for debate.
hey.
Clap, clap. Say his name, man. Let me stop. But I wanted to Mike hear that because that sounded like something he might want to mouth off about. But we're going to leave it at that because he said, what did you, baby? Why did I read that in his voice?
What they do, baby?
But look at that. Now you got him going. Thanks.
Right. You're welcome.
This might, now that I've said that with all those points, because now you got me thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Because every version of this, if I just hold up the X Division, it's going
Hey,
Brian,
you might as well pan the camera over a little bit if you can. Go ahead.
well, I got one spot missing, remember?
That's all good. That's all good.
That's where the red one was. But, who do you think? Just think about it. When I show you a belt, think about all the matches that you have with this one. Think about when Alex Shelley finally won it, and it was finally, the man, it was yep, he deserved it. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Finally, he got it. He had been chasing it for so many years, and believe it or not, this is actually a brass belt. This is not zinc. This is a brass. Now, it's not as shiny, but it still looks good. It's still holding up. Leather's still intact. I don't know. I think they glued this with like unicorn glue or something because this backing is holding up like this belt. Dual plated, everything about it. It screams X Division. Jay Lethal, Black Machismo, whichever one you want to call them, with this version of the belt. So many greats. When you think about the X Division, Austin Aries, the list goes on and on and on. And it's always a career, I don't want to say definer, but a career maker. Because you could be somebody in TNA, be an X Division. Look what, before they became ABC, look what Ace Austin was doing with the X Division title. Look what Trey Miguel did with it. Everybody's career is not necessarily jump started, but it's pay attention to this part of my career, and it's always going to be attached to it. Like, that's the one thing I can say about the X Division. It even goes without saying. People, I don't know if they really attach Samoa Joe to ROH, or do they attach him more to TNA? Because to me, he had so much more of an impact in TNA than I feel like he did in ROH. ROH, I don't think he had a chance to be as great as he should have been. He was great there, but I feel like I remember more of his ROH stuff his TNA than I did ROH. But as you can see, the way is taking notes because,
jot them down.
Season 2 has been a whirlwind of a ride, and I'm still just looking at this belt.
We actually touched base on what is it, the X Division in the season 1, right?
Yes, sir. X marks the spot.
X marks the spot.
Yeah, buddy.
Go back and check it out. We might have to revisit this. Like we said.
Yeah, because that's a good looking belt there. But this is we upgraded. We have see. Look at the X on that. See how you can tell it's like a homage. Look at that X.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Oh my god. The little wings on the side. The owl. And I'm glad that they're doing the owl in a subtlety way and not making it a focal point of the belt.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
A common wrestling fan might not know what an owl is, but they know what an eagle is because of the winged eagle, the big eagle, those type of things. But they're like, why is there an owl? It might give it a generic feel or like, why are they doing this? It's only certain animals that belong on a championship, and that's all I'm going to leave it at that. That sounds like a story for another time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You?
Yes, sir.
This thing is beautiful. I don't know.
It looks beautiful. So what's the next one you getting?
Why do you think I'm getting another one? Why would you
Come
say
on
that?
now. You always get another one.
Why would you think that?
Because every time I ask you a question, you do that same dumb face and you look down at your phone or whatever you're looking at, and then you act like you're not about to get another one. So what's the next one?
I don't know why you would think I'm getting another one.
Okay. All right. You probably already have it.
No, I mean, this is a big box. And only 2 belts came out of the box.
Interesting.
Always unboxed 2.
Well, I'm impressed by the new TNA belt, so I might have to go ahead and get me, of course, this one because of my guy.
Which one is that, Hugh?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I got to get it just because of him.
Who's that?
This is the Warning Man. Yes, sir. Mr. Nemeth. Yes, sir. White Boots McGee. Yes, sir.
I gotta hit it one more time for you. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know this about Hugh, and I'm gonna stop it in like 5 seconds because I don't want to get caught. This is the second time we've done this.
Right.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know, back in when was that? Hugh?
Was it March? February?
Early this year, we went to MCW where Nick Nemeth was there, and Hugh had a whole conversation with Nick Nemeth about bringing back the white boots. And literally that following weekend, he went to New Japan and wrestled in the white boots. He wrestled in the white boots, and he won the New Japan International Championship, right? I'm sorry, no, the global.
The global championship.
I don't know why I'm looking at the international. He won the New Japan Global Championship in his white boots, and then on Saturday, what night was
It was Saturday.
Saturday night when he was making an entrance. I saw the white boots, and I sent the message, and the group was like, "Oh, the white boots!" Lo and
yes,
behold,
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Look what the white boots has done. That's all I'm going to say. Look at the white boots. Hugh has the magic touch. I think Nick Nemeth listened to him that he always win apparently with these white boots.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Marcus, you're going to stop it. You're going to stop it. The green logo will look.
His exact words were, "I had to coordinate." That was because that was right before he won the title, the global championship. So I was like, "White strap, white boots, let's go, baby!" And he started wearing them ever since.
But the strap is a white on this belt.
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
White complements everything.
But you act like you only see what your favorite said. So if
What is
anybody
that?
don't know, the favorite of Four Sides of the
Ooh.
Ring for him is
Why?
Marcus, and the founder of Four Sides of the Ring, and Hugh. That's Hugh's favorite because they're birthday twins. And he said the green logo is a nice one as well. He's saying that to get a rouse out of me, but we're not gonna feed that. He said he's getting the first ever Heritage Cup. Okay, now you just need to be stopped. Somebody take his phone from him. Where's Martin? Why is Martin not still there? Oh, where's Mike? Come on, Mike. You know what? I'm trying to stay face because I've heard that Opinionated is getting close to the finals, and I'm gonna have to go defend this and win my crown on Opinionated. So I'm trying to be nice with the founder, but clearly,
You're gonna rule your kingdom
yeah, exactly. You
with
know,
all the adrenaline in your soul.
every thought out of control.
Okay,
I'm gonna do it all to keep them on their feet.
make you better.
The crowd is here, and they're about to. Let me stop. Before we get stuck. But I think this was good to unbox this. I don't know how Ben does it, and not make so much noise. I might have to pre-cut some stuff or do something next time, or just have them already on display and just talk about them.
Well, I think that's it, brother.
I think that's it.
We're looking good.
Look at him. You mean the Italian Heritage Cup? Okay.
He just switched it up. Okay.
But I'm gonna ask the question is because you said something about before we get off of here, right? I'm gonna ask this question.
Mm-hmm.
So I've named who I associate with this belt, right?
Mm-hmm.
But everybody in the comments, who do you associate with the X Division belt? When somebody says X Division or X Division Championship, because even the ladies had an Ultimate X match, we might have forgot about that. But who do you associate with the X Division? Yeah, Hugh, who do you associate? I got to move because you see I got that empty spot. It's bothering me.
Yeah, it's bothering. Throw something in there real quick.
I'm going to put it back. Go ahead.
Okay.
Who do you associate with X Division?
It's only one man that comes to mind. When you say TNA, first person that comes to mind is AJ Styles for me. To be honest, he sparked my interest in TNA from way back in the day. Yeah, like if it's not him, it's Samoa Joe or Christopher Daniels. Those are the guys that I tuned into, and then of course all those guys went over to ROH, and you know how that happened. You know what happened with that. But yeah, it's always been AJ Styles for me.
Yeah, remember he defeated Loki, Jerry Lynn, Cabal, Loki, Senshi, whatever he goes by nowadays. Jerry Lynn, was it Psychosis? Was it Psychosis?
I want to say Psychosis.
And that was in 2002 when he did that because that was right when TNA would just started. He defeated them and became the inaugural champion. And I think he's held the record for the most X Division titles. And it's crazy because that's why I say it helps people's career. It didn't just take away. And, Realness actually agrees with you. He said AJ Styles. And so does Marcus. There you go, Marcus. AJ Styles. Anybody? He is Mr. TNA. I hate to say he is. But the X Division,
I would love him to show back up. You never know. I said it from the jump.
You never know. He might because Crystal Daniels in another company.
Hold up. I just got real excited. Can you imagine AJ Styles versus Nick Nemeth for the title? Oh my God. You talk about a match? I just got hot and bothered. Oh my God.
Like the song? So Ben said low key too. But see, I feel like low key didn't make a big enough splash for me because I almost want to say Sanjay Dutt before I say low key because Sanjay was always
Sanjay Dutt, yeah.
He was always around the X Division, and I think he didn't get it until they got that blue version with the the Intercontinental with the X between it. And if anybody's questioning which one I'm talking about, it's this crappy looking one. And I hated everything about this. But somebody that loves the Oval IC, when they debuted, I said,
that's not it. That's not it.
Yeah, I think Sanjay didn't get it until it was that time, which was well overdue and well too long for him to wait for that, especially because he had been putting in all of that work. But low-key, definitely, when I tell you Indie Darling at his best, low-key was that, and low-key always gave you those good matches. I just think that it's funny, some of the stories I've heard about him, people said that he believes wrestling is real. Like, low-key is who he is, not like that's, and it's real. Like, he takes it to heart, which I don't think anybody should not take it to heart, but he takes it like he's living, breathing the embodiment of it. Tiger Uno.
Tigre Uno, yeah. Yeah.
I said it like that on purpose. Oh boy, Bucket. I think Realness agrees with you.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to say that tomorrow on the show? That's all
I
you want
probably
to
will.
hear.
I
That's all
probably
you
will.
want to say.
Yeah.
Okay.
Random thought. I'm going off topic. The six-sided ring. Are you a fan of it? Because I'm not sure how I feel about it. It's weird.
If you ever go back and watch it, when they were ready to run the ropes, the wrestlers always looked like they were confused.
Yeah.
They were like, oh, wait a minute. Or like certain parts didn't look like it gave as well as other parts. And then if you think about it, what's even weirder, the tag matches always felt like, why they stand on that?
Yeah.
Why they said,
Yeah.
I always felt like the tag matches. And I thought it was unique when TNA did it, but I was like, all right, I can get past that. But it always felt weird. Now, for the Ultimate X, it made sense because, it was just more space for them to be able to do the spots and things like that. But, oh yeah, which version of Suicide? That's up for debate. And I'm going to jump into that because remember when Suicide first came, I was like, this is awesome. And we found out it was Frankie Kazarian. He played a whole totally different character than Frankie Kazarian, who is another underrated person within the X Division. But the first Suicide was great. And then when Christopher Daniels filled in, it kind of lost its oomph because Frankie just added a different type. And then when TJ Perkins was him, and then he became Manic, and then he took it off, I feel like it lost its luster.
It lost its thing.
Yeah, so, yes, definitely Suicide, the first version, because that's how they were promoting the video game with him as a character. And then he came down and rapped. He was doing the little thing coming down. His song was awesome. I just thought he was great, and he rang your head into the turnbuckle. The six-sided ring made it look like they were uncoordinated. Didn't it always feel like they was like, which way
Yeah.
go? Okay. Like, because think about the muscle memory, you know which way to run. You're like, oh, shoot, I don't want to hurt myself. But if you go back and watch some of those matches, you can see the moments when they're like, oh, shoot, which way? And
it's a lot of awkward moments for sure.
And a lot of those guys during that time were still, because like we got to meet a lot of our TNA guys through MCW because they were still doing the independents. That's where the first time ever I saw Canadian Destroyer in person by Petey Williams, another X Division great. And I just remember being there like, because it was so amazing to see it in person. Alex Shelley, Christopher Daniels, Chris Sabin, Amazing Red. I'm trying to think of all the Jerry Lynn, of course, was there. Samoa Joe, which we're going to keep that because a lot of the X Division guys got to meet because they were doing those indie shows and they were making their rounds. Yes, see, the OG Kazarian version. That was the best Suicide. Yes, his whole entrance and how he came into the ring, it was like mysterious, almost like a superhero / super villain, but he did just enough in the ring to keep you intrigued every week. And that's when TNA was heavy into those characters because we had Shark Boy. We had
I couldn't stand him. I didn't get him. But okay.
How about Curry? How about Curry Man? Because we know who Curry Man was.
No,
coming out doing this.
I'm good. I'm good.
Shout out to everybody who remembers Curry Man. But yeah, that was a lot about the X Division. I think we might have to dig a little deeper into that division directly because there's a lot of stories that can be told between these belts, and we didn't even get into the GFW time.
No,
GFW was a weird era. I mean, Jesus, that was weird. They did have some nice. I will say this: the GFW tag belts, I was a fan of only because when you look at the GFW belts, I love when tag team belts are the same and different. I think one of the wings went to the left, one of them went to the right with the picture of the owls. And I always thought that was neat. Just like with the NXT belts, they were half and half. And when GFW, Global Force Wrestling, took over Impact for that short amount of time and they had those belts, I was like, that's actually kind of neat. And it was, you could tell who was who. And I just remember seeing those belts and I always thought they were just great. But I know we've been focused on the X Division a lot because this belt is just gorgeous. And I can't wait to clean it up and put it on display so the world can see. I'm still in my 140 range though, because I gave away some found a new home, so I'll just have to fill in some blanks.
Mm-hmm. He has about 2 or 3 more probably sitting over there right now, chill and watch. See,
sir.
No response.
No, I'm just saying this was the box that they came in.
Okay.
Okay.
It's a lot of room though. It's a lot of room. Like
I didn't
yeah.
lie this time. I said I unboxed
Okay. See,
new belt.
so
new
now,
belt day.
so now you admit it. You lied to us.
No, I don't lie. I didn't lie.
No.
I
You
did not
just
lie.
said it. You just said
I
it.
said I did not lie to you.
Are we going to take this to CC after dark?
Okay. And on that note, so with that being said, be on the lookout for I want to say the end. Season 2 is coming to a close. We only have a few more episodes to go before we wrap up season 2, which has been a lot of fun, a lot of guests, a lot of information, a lot of perspective. And that's what championship culture likes to do. We like to give, I want to say those people a voice because everybody has a voice. But when it comes to the wrestling space, sometimes people will attack you for what you love. This is a place where you can talk about what you love. You can talk about what brought you to that moment. These stories that are attached to not only the wrestling, but to those belts. Sometimes you'll go to a happy place or go to that memory when you watched. Like I'll never forget when Christian came down to the ring and, you know, at the end of the song, it was like, that's how I roll for the King of the Mountain match. You're going to remember that for the NWA World title. You're going to remember the things like that Samoa Joe, Christopher Daniels, and AJ Styles match that main evented their pay-per-view, which was the first time a X Division title was the main event. And that was groundbreaking for the time because WWE wasn't doing that with their Intercontinental. It wasn't doing it with the European. It never did it with the U.S. It was always, you know, the world champion or whoever's the biggest has to main event. And that's why this season of championship culture has been special because we try to make sure we go back to those moments, go back to that history, get people's insight. Let's talk about the good wrestling. We're all wrestling fans. We all want the best.
No, we're all proud wrestling fans. Let's get it right.
Go.
There we
We're
go.
all proud wrestling fans. And we can like different things, but we can have a healthy discussion about what's great, what's not, why you like it, why you're not. I'm the first one to admit, TNA got really, and I said I wanted them to do better. They kept disappointing me. I remember watching it in a whole 2 hours. They had 6 minutes worth of a match, and that's when I swore them off. And that was during the "He Shall Not Be Named" era, but they won me back. These belts have definitely won me back. I've been enjoying it. I'm glad that we got Nick Nemeth, Speedball, Mike Bailey, ABC back with the tag belts. I think that was a good choice to do that. I feel like the system was a little stale. ABC is going to give you what you need, and that might lead to the Rascals and them having a match. Who doesn't want to see that? I mean, that is true. First off,
the Rascals are something different, man.
Again? Yes,
they are something different, bro.
So that's what I'm saying. We forgot. Is this New Bell Day? Is New Bell Day better than Christmas and the night after promo? So I'm gonna say this.
That's New a great Bell question.
Day is, so I love. All right. So the only thing that New Bell Day doesn't have over Christmas is Christmas music. But if you say the wrestling music, because I love Christmas music, so
he does.
I'm gonna go out and gonna say New Bell Day might be a little bit better than Christmas because you get the unboxed joy anytime. Christmas, you gotta wait 365 years to get to that date to unbox it. New Bell Day, you know it's coming. You can count down because from this time that you start an order to the time that you get an order, that can be anywhere from 30 to 60 to 45 days, and you know you got to count down to it, and you just get joy. Like my expression when I saw this, and all I kept saying, "This is gorgeous." You know, just like on Christmas Day when you unwrap that gift, you're like, "Oh, this is perfect." Oh wow, didn't expect it. I didn't expect this belt to be as good as it was, and this belt was definitely good. So I appreciate that comment, and I'll tell you, the next couple episodes of Championship Culture, you definitely do not want to miss. Please stay in the comments. Don't forget to follow us. We will follow you back. Hugh, what you got to say to the people before we get out of here?
Nothing at all. No, I'm messing with you.
This is why. He's trying to start it. So first you asked the wrong question, Founder. So Founder of Four Sides of the Ring, Mr. Marcus Hernandez, right? It's not about where does the X Division title get ranked as far as the procedures. Which one? Which version? Because honestly, if I'm going to say what's more prestigious, it's because the lineage that's attached to this. It's probably the most prestigious out of all the X Division belts. This was during a rebuilding period. And let's call it what it is. They was rebuilding. But to answer that question fully, let me know when you're free on a Tuesday at 8 p.m. Remember that question. Challenge. That's all I'm gonna say about that because we talking about ranking. That might be an episode. Hugh just took notes, by the way. Found it. That's your birthday, twin. But ladies and gentlemen, don't want to take up too much time. I would be remiss if I didn't say thank you for all the support. I'm glad we could just take a break and unbox some happiness and have a new belt day that you could join in on. Sorry about all the noise, but hopefully you got something out of it. Oh gosh.
Absolutely.
You just had to go find that picture.
I had to. You said the words.
You just
So I
had
had
to
to do
find that picture.
Look
That's
how
better
happy
than
he looks.
Yeah. That was a good time. That was a good time. But Hugh, tell them where they can find you, and then I'm gonna tell them where they can find us.
They can find me at HASTHE to the 3RD. I would say baby, but you know, that's me. So let's get it. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all. Tell them where you can find us.
Don't forget, tune into the Wrestling Realm Now every Wednesday at 10:30 p.m. for its flag show, the Wrestling Realm Now podcast. But every Tuesday at 8 p.m., sometimes 8:05, tune into youtube.com/the Wrestling Realm where you can see the guys of Championship Culture. Trust me, season 2 has been a lot of fun. We're going to end it on a bang. And season 3, you won't have to wait as long as some of the Netflix series make you wait or wait for your next installment. I guarantee you, because if you watch Cobra Kai, can't wait till November. Championship Culture will not make you wait that long for season 3.
No.
You know, I throw a Cobra Kai reference in there. So, much love to you, good brothers. Thanks for sharing the unboxings. It's always a good time. And if you're free, when NXT go off, go check out Mouthing Off with Mike for his nightcap. I'm pretty sure he's doing NXT tonight. And when I tell you that nightcap, first off, I want him to go longer than what he'd be trying to cut it short. I'd be like, no, go ahead, let him cook. Go ahead, Mike, go ahead.
Keep it going.
Yeah, he like to cut things short. Mike, keep it going because you be having people entertained. And even when I go back and watch it again, I'm like, oh, why he cut it off?
That's right, man. Grab your drink, sip some water, make you a sandwich, and tune in at the nightcap, bro.
But definitely, I'm gonna shout out a couple people. Mouthing Off with Mike Mike from Mouthing Off with Mike podcast. Check him out on X, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, anywhere your social media. Look for Mouthing Off with Mike. And also, when you get a chance, go over to same thing. Look for Four Sides of the Ring. Sometimes it comes
Four Sides of the Ring.
Hey,
Four sides of the ring. Hey.
SOTR, I think, is on one of their social, but go check them out. And when you're on Facebook, please, you have to join these two groups, Championship Belt Brothers and Championship Figure Brothers. It's a trusted group, trusted makers, trusted everything. You want to know something about figures? I guarantee you, if you put a comment in there, the brothers will respond. If you have a question about a belt, they've already been there and done that, can help you steer in the right way, help you whatever questions you may have, or you can just contact myself and Hugh. Send us a message at Championship Culture. We will definitely respond back. We can help you get whatever you need. We can help you create your doing because, follow Championship Culture _ on Instagram. And don't forget youtube.com/the Wrestling Realm. So I think that's it, Hugh.
I think it is.
Just like we say, tune in every Tuesday at 8 p.m. because guess what? Every belt has a story.
That's
I can't wait to hear yours.
Every belt has a story. Peace.